So the purpose of today's call is to cover the Max basics. I like to refer to it as Max 101. We'll quickly, we'll briefly go through a short presentation that we've used in the past, but it really explains the basics of Max Ad and Max Inventory product. And we'll follow up with any specific questions, but I definitely want to keep it to the basics. So if you're using Max every day, right, we refer to this product as the digital optimization engine. It's the leader in the industry for content generation when it comes to your online inventory. What do I mean? Well, for sure in 2016, right, the internet is the #1 source for traffic to your dealership, right? It's 15 times greater than probably everything else combined in what we used to know in the traditional world. And according to studies over the years, somewhere between 11, 12, maybe even more hours online, searching for a vehicle before they buy, right? A consumer typically spends. That's a lot of time, right? And like most dealers, we advertise on third-party sites. We conducted a study with Hendrick Automotive Group customers where we sat in the room and watched them search on AutoTrader. And here's what we found, right? We found that in a typical search session, the consumer will search about 7 results pages. And that's roughly about 175 vehicles, right? And in that same session, they'll click on about 15, 13, 14, 15 different detailed pages. That's only 8% of the vehicles that they looked at. So 92% of the vehicles are not clicked through. Right? So how do you become, part of that 8%? Well, the easiest way would be to make yourself the cheapest guy on the lot, right? Or at least that's the conventional wisdom. Well, a 2012 study reveals that price is the #1 influence for only 22% of the consumers. So that's 1 out of 5 shoppers are really shopping on price. So price is not the primary influence for about 4 out of 5 of those shoppers. Right? Think about it. When you get online, you never really buy the most expensive thing. You probably never buy the least expensive thing. It's somewhere in between. So when it comes to price, right, you've got to make sure that you're priced in the game. It's that those other things that make you stand out from everybody else. And what do I mean? Right? So Max Ad and Max Inventory really handles your online inventory basics, right? Like what does it take to get a car online? Well, Max gives you the tools to do all of that stuff, right? One, you got to take your photos. And in most cases at the Hendrick Automotive Group, right, we're either taking photos by ourselves and uploading them into products like HomeNet or eBiz in the past. Maybe we're using Max. That's fine. Well, we have a provider that comes out and gets the photos. Whatever the case may be, right, we get the photos into Max. Right? We give you the tools to option out equipment, and then obviously with the real spice behind Max is the packages. We'll talk about that in a minute. We do have the capability to create window stickers for you, create that online description and price the car, and then ultimately, right, needs to be distributed out to the web. So Max is a product that handles all that stuff. And we're going to talk today about, how do we create those descriptions that'll really drive click-through and make you stand out from everybody else in the crowd. So there are 3 critical steps to creating the ultimate online inventory. Max does it for you automatically, right? We automatically identify the manufacturer, packaging, and equipment from when a car was new, right? Why is it that when a $60,000 car came with sport, premium, and tech, all of a sudden when it becomes a used car at $55,000, now those same 3 packages are leather, AM/FM, stereo, and heated seats? Well, we give you the tools to separate yourself. And then 2, Right? Max automatically finds virtually everything about your car from across the web, from credible third-party sites. We'll talk about that. And then we identify what's most relevant about the car and create an online ad designed to answer the questions consumers will be asking. All right, so here's what Max does, right? This was easy. AM, FM stereo, power window, power steering, AM, AC, rear defrost, and ABS. All right, no more. Max gives you the tools to say technology package, cold weather, limited, prestige, power value package, illuminated kick plates, dual, you get the idea. These were the things that the manufacturer created and marketed to the customer when it was new. We're going to give you the tools to continue those same marketing efforts now that the car is used. In addition, right, we integrate directly with the manufacturer build sheet. So in the instances in the manufacturers in this slide, right, if you're one of those dealers, right, a simple entering of your credentials into the back end of Max, or we will take the VIN and we'll bounce it off the build sheet of that particular car to create the ultimate online. So now instead of AM, FM stereo, leather seats, and nav, we'll give you the ability to say sport, cold weather, and tech. We automatically find virtually everything about your car from across the web from third-party sites like Motor Trend, JD Power. We run a Carfax on every car for you. Edmunds, New Car Test Drive, and NADA. Right, we'll calculate your current price versus book, Carfax one-owner information, discuss the highlights about miles per gallon, equities in your warranty program, crash test ratings, and then quotes from credible third parties like Edmunds and JD Power. All right, so Max creates the ultimate online ad by adding the most consumer-relevant information that answers those questions consumers have when they're shopping. So every one of our descriptions has a mission, right? A short blurb that speaks to the person most likely to buy this vehicle, right? We hit on things around affordability, right? Like price versus book or original MSRP, right? We hit on things around risk, right? Like, Carfax one owner. Is this car reliable? Still under warranty? Service history? Low mileage? And then we sprinkle in things that we call key differentiators. Right? So why is this vehicle different than the others? Awards and accolades about this particular car, expert reviews, the most searched pieces of equipment, and then dealer differentiator. Right? Why should I buy from you? So each and every single one of our ads from Max hits the mark. And this is what it looks like online, right? We call it optimal format. I like to think of each and every single one of these paragraphs as a consumer-optimized tweet. Listen, I don't think that everybody's going to read all of this text, but imagine the person who comes in, right, and has a question around, is this the right car for me? Or someone wants to know if they're buying a lemon, or someone's concerned about price, or is this car better than the rest that I've seen, and they want to know why they should buy from you. We cover all of that stuff. Those are the questions consumers have while they're shopping online. What Max Ad really does best, in my opinion, right, is optimize this 250-character space on AutoTrader. Right, so imagine you're spending $56,000 on a vehicle, and you want to make sure that the customer, you become part of that 8%. Which listing would you rather have? Well, I hope that if I'm spending this kind of money that I get AC, AM, FM, stereo, and airbag. Wouldn't you rather, with Max, be able to say certified, Carfax one owner, was and is pricing versus the book, and maybe a couple of quick hits about the packages? This is what Max does for you. Inside AutoTrader, like that same optimal format that answers the questions consumers have in that menu style or consumer relevant tweet format that I like to call. What else does Max have, right? So think now of Max as a digital optimization engine, right? It's the content creator for all of your inventory for the internet. Max is responsible for this button on your website, Many of you guys like to refer to it as the "Is this a good deal" button. We call it Max for website. But when your consumers are online and need to click, right? And in a lot of Hendrick stores now, we're rolling out our product known as the digital showroom. Right? So this is Max for website 2.0. Generates a summary that answers those same questions that consumers have. And for many years now, we've had the Max for selling sheet, which could also exist behind the "Is this a good deal" button. Similar in style, but this is more of a PDF, not as interactive as the previous screen. 2, right? The Max digital optimization engine generates the digital showroom. Right? So Max has now entered into a realm where we're providing all of that great content in the palm of the hands of your salespeople, quickly and easily being able to share that same information on the lot with your consumers while shopping, creating a consumer-friendly environment that gives the answers to the questions consumers have online. They're on the lot with the confidence of Max, the digital optimization engine behind them. And the same thing as well with the Max digital showroom, available on your desktop for closing deals, for working in the BDC, or searching through your inventory. All right, so how do we ensure that your inventory gets online quickly and effectively? Right? Well, Max Add app, right, can accelerate that by capturing the photos with our Android and iPhone app. Max also does have the ability to upload photos from the traditional file format from a digital camera. Our window stickers, just an example here of what our window stickers can look like, but they're customizable to what you're used to. They can include price, multiple of pricing options, either the internet or lot pricing available, vehicle info, simple as year, make, model, miles, etc. We can include those packages and equipment from when the vehicle was new, as well as the standard equipment from a chrome VIN explosion. And then finally, right, we're not going to touch on this today, but when we click into Max, right, we've got the Max dashboard. So we talked about, just briefly, the basics behind Max Add. What is Max Add specifically, and where is it in the application? So this is the first look dashboard. When you log into max.firstlook.biz, this is the first thing that people look at. Someone in your store should be going in every day into the Max digital marketing system and reviewing this page. Now, there are all sorts of alerts on the Max dashboard, critical online alerts, digital performance analytics here in the middle, and the merchandising alerts, and we'll cover those in a different session. But today, we want to just get behind the basics behind Max Add and Max Inventory. Each and every day, it'll be critical that someone from your store clicks into Max Inventory and executes this work. Now, from time to time, you'll see these alerts. This is where you as a dealer should know that the credentials that you've provided to us from the back-end tool have expired, and we're no longer able to pull in manufacturer packages and equipment, and that they need to be updated. If you need more help specifically, feel free to contact the help desk or myself and Calvin. We can help you through that. This is the Max Inventory page. Right here at the top is the menu. This will take you back. The home button will take you back to the dashboard, and the inventory button will take you here. We're currently viewing all used inventory, and we have a simple search box over here where we can type in years, makes, models, or a stock number if we want to pull up a specific vehicle. The workflow for someone to work Max Inventory every day works like this. There are these 4 tabs here. And I like to explain to guys that if you executed everything that was in this first bucket here, the needs review bucket, everything else in Max should take care of itself along the way here. And what do I mean? So these would be the 47 vehicles that have either come into your inventory for the first time, they're brand new to the system and need to be touched by a human being, or 2, right, they've been priced or repriced by someone else in your store probably the used car manager, the general sales manager, the GM, and we regenerated the ad automatically. We recommend that someone lays their own eyes on this ad and confirms that all the information is correct. How do we do that? So we'll be able to show you when photos are loaded, you know, the thumbnail photo, the first photo in the batch, how many photos are in that series, the age of the car, year, make, model, trim, miles, a link to the e-stock card, internet price, unit cost, and some icons over here that explain the actions that need to be required. If we're in the Needs Review tab, I recommend that we click right in to the year, make, and model to begin our work. What you'll see here, right, starting from the top left, year, make, model, and trim. In some cases, it may be up to the dealer to select the trim. With credentials in from the manufacturer, in most cases, our auto load feature will automatically select the trim. We do have the trim help button here in the event that you need to help identifying some key features that might help trim out the vehicle. Miles, link to the e-stock card, age of the vehicle, is it a trade or purchase, VIN, and the last time this ad was published. This box here is our certification flag. In the instances of most Hendrick stores, we often have the manufacturer certification as well as a group certification. In the case of Hendrick, we have Hendrick Affordable and Hendrick Certified. I recommend that you flag the vehicle here if it's certified. We then have the ability to select a framework. Most dealers will select have a framework selected as a default framework, like certified or affordability, but it's your chance to come in and customize the ad from the get-go around the consumer that is most likely to buy this vehicle. So since this vehicle is certified, I'm going to select the certified framework. And now it's up to us to complete the ad. Everything on the actions that need to be executed here are everything that's on the left-hand side. What do I mean? So this is where we give you, the dealer, the ability to pull in the packages and equipment from the build sheet. We click on here where it says View Packages, right? And we can see from here that we've got all the information right from the build sheet. Not only that, but the original MSRP of what that package cost, we use this throughout the digital showroom. So let's say for training purposes today that this vehicle came with the VZU package, the 20-inch chrome spoke wheels, right? It has the UGZ, the audio with touch nav, okay? And it also has the sunroof. Once we flag that this vehicle has these packages, we hit Add. And when we're done, we've confirmed that this vehicle has all the packages we want. I recommend we flag packages complete. And you can see right away that those packages, the highlights came in here. Next step is to confirm the book outs. So in this particular case, right, we haven't done either NADA or Black Book, excuse me, or Kelley Blue Book. So when we click behind here, right, Max Inventory will take us to the e-stock card. It'll be up to the user to confirm the equipment. In most cases, if these flags were selected at appraisal, there'll be no need to come back in here. Okay. Carfax information. So in the demo here, we don't have any Carfax credentials in here, but the Carfax would be ordered for you. There is a time from time to time Carfaxes will expire. I don't think we have any good credentials in there. As we move down, key information. So this is where you as the dealer get a chance to add things into the online description that only you know about the vehicle. Like it's been serviced here. It doesn't smell like smoke. Right? The car was traded in or bought here, and it has 4 new tires. So let's add those. We get a chance to flag in the manufacturer colors. So let's say that this is that pretty crystal red, right, with the dark cashmere interior. And finally here at the bottom, a superlative that kind of describes this vehicle. Let's say that this car is just excellent. Now, if we did none of this on the left-hand side before here, we would still create an ad for you. And this is that ad. It's a very basic ad. But we talked about creating the most relevant and robust consumer relevant content on the web about your vehicles, and this is how we do it. Once we've completed all of our actions over here on the left-hand side, it is now up to us as the user to regenerate the ad. In essence, taking this information that we flagged over here and throwing it back into the ad. Fantastic. Let's get those certified equities put in there. Fantastic. So now you can see in the preview, right? I'll flag this. Here's your first 250 characters. Remember in the deck before, we talked about optimizing that. I'll tell you this, Max does a fantastic job of optimizing the first 250 characters. I would say, you know, let Max work there. And as the vehicle ages, you'll have the ability to come back in here and maybe edit this content along the way. And if you've got specials on this particular vehicle or interest rates or things that you want to make sure show up in the preview, you can come in here and add that content yourself. Key features, experts are saying drive with confidence and buy from a winning dealer in option packages. So now look at this really robust ad that's going to go out to the web. When we're done, we hit approve ad, and that's letting the system know that we've okayed it, we've approved it, and now we can move on to the next vehicle in the checklist. That's max inventory. Do you guys have any questions? Great. Let's move on. So today we covered the basics of Max. Right? This is a monthly training that we're going to perform here on the third Tuesday of every month for the Hendrick Automotive Group. Next month's training, we'll announce it in the email, but it'll be on Tuesday, February 16th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, 11 a.m. Pacific. The next webinar that we'll be hosting will be a product update. Part of the communication plan for 2016 will be to get you guys more informed on our product releases. So that'll be next Tuesday, January 26th at the same time, same channel. And in this event, we will cover all of the product releases, updates, enhancements to First Look in Max, and cover any major bugs that are in the system that have been addressed that may be out there for. Just want to make sure that you guys are up to date on everything that's out there. I appreciate you guys participating in today's event. Short and to the point, my name is Tim Scoutless. Calvin Dakine is the success manager on the account. Feel free to contact us anytime. You have the resources of the help desk here at helpdesk@maxdigital.com. Here is their phone number. Right? A copy of today's presentation is available on SlideShare. If you'd like for me to send you the link, I can do that. And I encourage you guys to follow me socially on Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, or Instagram. If there are no other questions, I appreciate you guys taking part in today's event. We'll be signing off. All right, fantastic. Everybody have a great week. Thanks.
Thanks, Tim.